from Remedy Entertainment. I'm Mike Kayada, game director on FBC Firebreak, a cooperative first-person shooter for up to 3 players set in the iconic world of Control. Firebreak takes place within the oldest house, the impossibly strange extra-dimensional headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control. 6 years ago, the oldest house was invaded by a hostile force known as the Hiss. In response, the FBC instated an emergency lockdown, trapping the Hiss inside and turning the entire building into one giant crisis zone. That's where you come in. You'll be playing as a member of the Firebreak Initiative, a group of brave first responders who volunteer to take on the weirdest and the deadliest crises threatening the oldest house. Every crisis appears in the game as a different job for Firebreak. These jobs function like game modes that you can customize in 3 ways. Clearance, which affects the length of the session. Corruption, which affects the session's modifications and randomization. And threat, which affects the combat intensity. Of course, taking on longer and more challenging jobs will mean more opportunities for greater rewards. Next, it's time to choose one of 3 crisis kits for your Firebreaker to take into the field. The Splash Kit, which is good for extinguishing fires and removing harmful conditions from your friends. The Jump Kit, which focuses on mobility and charging electrical devices. And the Fix Kit, which excels at knocking back enemies and repairing machinery. Each of these kits is a saved loadout featuring a defined set of specialized gear and whatever gun, grenade, and set of perks you think suits its playstyle best. Once you've selected your kit, you and your crew will arrive by service elevator to the job site, where you will be tasked with clearing a number of crisis zones depending on the clearance you selected. To clear zones, you'll work on its unique objectives and use your tool to efficiently repair broken machines like the shower, which is key to healing the team and removing harmful conditions. Or to charge batteries, like the one that lights up the ammo station, letting your team resupply faster. Or to douse the flames that buff your enemies and sometimes light your friends on fire. Now, if you don't have the right tool, you can still do the job, but it will be slower and definitely more dangerous. Once you've completed all of the zone's objectives, you'll be able to open a containment door and proceed deeper into the crisis. As you put down the crisis, more and more Hiss will be attracted to the area, sometimes including dangerous enemies that trigger job site lockdowns until exterminated. During combat, it is especially important for you and your friends to group up, as your resonance shields will become amplified while you're sticking together. And if any of you have upgraded perks equipped, you'll be able to share their effects using that same system. Upgradable guns and grenades are your best options for pure damage, but your tools add a lot of utility to a fight, allowing you to stun, knock back, or escape the Hiss when things get intense, as they often do. Each kit comes with its own altered augment, an extremely dangerous paranatural item that charges up over time, allowing you to deploy massive amounts of combat power during critical moments. Just keep in mind that augments are extremely volatile and can down you and your friends if used haphazardly. When playing a job with corruption turned on, you'll soon discover that not all altered items are under Firebreak's control. Firebreak will encounter various corrupted items during these jobs, which significantly modify the experience while active. Anything from causing corpses to explode, to lowering the gravity, to making sure that you don't cross the street when you're not supposed to. Corrupted items aren't affected by bullets or explosions, but you can chase them away if you find a black rock neutralizer. When the final objective is completed, you'll trigger evacuation. A large number of Hiss will descend onto the job site, and you and your crew will need to make it back to the service elevator in one piece. Getting out alive is no easy task, and sometimes you'll face difficult decisions, like when to rescue crewmates in trouble and when to cut your losses. Back at Firebreak HQ, you'll have the chance to put whatever you collected to good use, unlocking or upgrading equipment and perks, or picking up new cosmetics to customize your Firebreaker. Of course, there are worlds more to discover inside the oldest house when you and your friends play for yourselves. So gear up, and we'll see you there.